Hello everyone, hope you're right. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I grew these beautiful Kalanchoe or Kalanchoe plants from cuttings. So at the end of February this year, I decided to take some cuttings of this Kalanchoe plant, which I bought last year in summer. It was blooming really beautifully and it bloomed for me for the whole summer. Then it stopped blooming and it grew and grew. You can see it is quite leggy at the moment. So I decided why not to take some cuttings to see if I can grow more plants. So I'm going to take the cuttings. I have got 6 pots, small pots, like these are 150 ml pots, which I have filled with multi-purpose compost, which is nice and loose. So here are my secateurs, which I'm cleaning with an antiseptic solution. So before taking cuttings, you should make sure that whatever tool you use, scissors or secateurs, they are nice and clean. So I have cut one big stem off and I can see the aerial roots growing from the bottom of the stem, which means the plant does want to propagate itself, and these kind of plants propagate by aerial roots. So the aerial roots are the roots which grow along the stem. And I'm going to remove the lower leaves and I'm going to take further cuttings. So I don't want a one big cutting. The smaller the cuttings are, better the chance for them to survive, because they do not have any roots to rely on. So I'm going to divide one big stem into further cuttings. So here you can see this one, which is quite nice and big, and I'm going to remove the lower leaves and I'm going to stick the stem in the soil. Some people like to use the rooting hormone when taking cuttings. In my experience, that does facilitate the process, but you can still grow cuttings without using rooting hormone if you don't have one. Some people use honey or other naturally available materials as rooting hormones, and you can use that if you want, but in my case I'm not using any rooting hormone. So here you can see the aerial roots, they are much clearer on this one. So I'm going to divide it into 2 or 3 parts, and same, remove the lower leaves, just leave few more leaves, because these kind of plants, these are succulents and they do store a lot of water in their leaves, so they are not gonna die due to the lack of water. For some time they can survive easily, and the weather is nice and cold anyways, so there is not much moisture loss and the cuttings will be nice and okay. I will keep them in a place which is not very bright or sunny, so they do take some time to root, and I do want to protect them from any harsh or severe conditions like too much sun or drought can be hard for them. So here you can see I have removed all the shoots from the mother plant, and let's see if it grows any further side shoots. But the stems which were growing, I have taken the cuttings of them, and the ones that were quite leggy, I have divided them into 2 parts. The one I have kept with 2 or 3 side shoots just to see if it grows much fuller than the others, which are just the one stem. Also, it's a good idea to pinch the top leaves, and that will facilitate the offshoots. So if you do not pinch the top leaves, the plant will still keep growing in one direction, getting leggier and leggier, which we don't want. We want the plant to produce our shoots and flower buds possibly. So I'm done taking my cuttings. I have tipped them off and they are nice and secure in the new home, and I'm going to water them now. I will keep the mother plant as well to see if it grows any further, and I will treat all of them the same way. So let's see how it goes, and I'll update you after some time when they root and if they flower for me or not. So here I am back after a few months, and you can see my Kalanchoe cuttings are growing nicely, which I took. This is the mother plant. It has grown offshoots. You can see it's not blooming yet, but it is looking nice and healthy. And this one is blooming. You can see really beautiful blooms. And there is like this offshoot. There are a few more offshoots coming from bottom. And these are all the cuttings which I took from one plant. So I have got like 6 plants from one plant. Only one is blooming by now. The others are still not blooming, but you can see they are nice and healthy. They have got these offshoots, like there are some small offshoots are coming as well. So I hope that these will bloom as well. And these are really nice and easy to grow, not much care involved. I just keep them in my windowsill where they get indirect sunlight, so they don't like too much sunlight or they get dry. You don't need to water them very often. You can see the soil is nice and dry here, so I just water them when I see that they are a bit droopy. Otherwise you don't need to water them very often. You don't need to grow them in big pots. Like this kind of pot is fine. I have got this one in this pot, so like they make a really good gift. So if you take cuttings, you can give them to your friends and family, and they will really appreciate it. So I got this plant like 2 or 3 pounds last year, and it was blooming all summer for me, and then it stopped blooming and it was growing leggy and leggy. So I decided to take cuttings, and all of the cuttings survived. The mother plant is growing nice and healthy. The cuttings are growing, and I hope that these will bloom as well, like this one. So nice and free plants, and really not much care you need to do. So a beautiful house plant. I will highly recommend that you do try growing Kalanchoe if you haven't grown them before. They are absolutely beautiful, and you can use them in indoor plant arrangements. They look stunning. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. Press the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my gardening videos. Thank you very much for watching today. See you next time. Bye.